Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. Today, I've got something a little out of the ordinary for you. I have the Shot Vision Launch Monitor app installed on my iPhone 11 Pro. And it has a new beta indoor low light version we're going to test inside the Golf Simulator compared to the Flightscope Mevo Plus, which I think if everybody, as long as you've subscribed and liked, which if you have not, please do, you'll see that is performing really well. We have it connected to E6 Connect right now, and we are going to do a little deep dive and show you some examples of how this Shot Vision Launch Monitor app does in this type of environment with its beta version. So I'll give you a little setup background on it. It actually tells you to set up about 4 feet away from the ball, which is about a driver length. And I actually have a pitching wedge here, and through some testing, I was able to find that it actually picks up from this length, and it was not picking up from the estimated 4 feet that it kind of says in the setup video that they show you. The distance as far as from the ball to the camera is roughly about 2 feet, so I think that's right. And then once we get started, I'll do a little screen record for you, and I'll show you the app and kind of how to adjust it. So real quick before we get started, I wanted to show you guys the app inside of the App Store, and that way you know what you're looking for. So let me just kind of put this up to the camera real quick. You'll see that it's the Shot Vision app. Kind of straighten that out for you. And if you open it up, you'll see that it's by Jet Black Media. Okay? And it's a 3.9 rating. It's been around for a few years. You can kind of see some different screenshots that they have. And then notice that they have an update just from 2 days ago. Looks like they've fixed some bugs, a couple little crashes, so they're obviously working on it. I just wanted everybody to kind of see that. You can look at some different reviews. 3.9, I mean, you can see that some people are, really happy, and some people are saying it's a little inaccurate. So let's just go ahead and test it for ourselves and figure that out. It does require iOS 11 or later, and it looks like it's compatible with quite a few different iPhones from what I'm seeing here. So all the way back to like an iPhone 8. So here's what I noticed though. So I have an iPhone 8, and I'll give you guys a full disclosure. That's what I'm using today to record, so I apologize. It's not a wide angle. You can't see my full swing like you normally do, but it's because I needed the iPhone 11 Pro in order to pick up the shots indoor. Probably a better camera in low light, so I'm assuming that's why. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a pitching wedge. I'm all set up with the Flightscope Mevo Plus and E6 Connect. I'm just going to start a screen record real quick so you guys can kind of see the menu and then also the shot data after I hit. So there's our screen record has started. You're going to want to go into your profile and the little gear in the upper right. That's going to turn on the low light mode if you're doing it indoors. Like I said, that is beta, but we're just going to use the gap section. We're going to select our club, which is pitching wedge, and then hit the ready button. And then this is where you set up. So if I was out of alignment, whether it be left and right or up and down, you'll see how that doesn't turn green. Once you have that centered, I'm using a little mini tripod here. Then you can hit the play button in the upper right, and then turns the volume automatically all the way up for you. And then you'll hear it say, ready. Ready. So it's good to go. Now we'll just hit a pitching wedge real quick and look at some data comparison for what it can read. I believe the only data you'll see on the screen there is like a carry and a ball speed, which if all you're working on is just kind of getting your club distances tuned, I think that's enough for a little under $10, I think is what the app costs. So there's
160.4 yards carry.
160, holy moly, that would be a little long. So normally my pitching wedge is 130 or so, 129.5. So obviously the Mevo Plus, I think, read that quite well. I'd have to say that the Shot Vision app read that a little long, that's for sure. So let's look at that screen one more time here. So 160, ball speed 128. That's probably, if it thinks the ball speed is 128. Launch angle was only a degree off, 24 versus 25.3, but definitely read that one a little long. So let's go ahead and try to hit one more.
.159 yards carry.
Well, it looks like it's reading everything a little long. We can try moving it around a little bit, but this seems to be the sweet spot for the indoor mode. So it looks like it's reading everything just a little long, and we can switch clubs as well. Just trying to think here. Maybe I'll try moving it back just a little bit and then make sure it's really level. I know that they said level matters. And then let's see if I can hit one more just with it moved back a little and have it still read. Okay. Ooh, a little off balance there.
154.7 yards carry.
154. And should be, 130. Man, I must have been a little on my toes that time. I was off balance. So let's move it back just a little bit more. And I want to tell you guys, I have auxiliary lights on right now because I'm trying to give it some extra lighting because of obviously the ability to read in a dark setting like this. Those cameras aren't made for it necessarily. So make sure that it's pointed in the right direction as well. That looks pretty darn good to me. All right, so we moved it back just a little farther. Let's try this again. Try to get a better shot this time. I was definitely lost my balance a little bit there. Pulled that one a little bit. Oh, it didn't read. So, like I said before, I think that it needs to be a little closer. That's just about what's working for me. Let's try changing clubs. So let's exit out, hit that little stop button, press the X. Come on. We'll go and select a different club. Let's just select an 8-iron. Ready. We're aligned. Okay, grab an 8-iron.
Ready.
I really wasn't going to hit like a driver or a super fast iron or anything because, I'm trying to be fair since it's a beta mode. We're indoor and low lighting. Obviously, I think it can read lower ball speeds easier. Let's see here. And, we'll select 8-iron up here in E6, even though you only need to be on either wedge, iron, or wood, just in case anybody is questioning why I didn't do that. All right, 8-iron. Oh, that was a little bit of a heel shot.
186.2 yards carry.
186. So I didn't hit that the best. A little bit on the heel. 148. So that's a short 8-iron for me for sure. And it had it at 1. Oh boy. Looks like my app just crashed because somebody was calling me. I apologize for that. You do have to have this on cellular mode because it reads your altitude. So it uses altitude. So let's go back to 8-iron really quick and go back in there and see what it does. I think that might have stopped the screen recording as well. I can take a look at that real quick. So let's just throw the screen recording back up there for you guys. All right. I apologize, but I have to have cellular mode on. I probably could have turned off calling somehow. All right, so 8-iron.
.176 yards carry.
There's another bad 8-iron too. So 156 though, it's closer to my distance. 176 though on the Shot Vision app. So let's see if I can hit a clean one this time. Those just weren't great shots. Overcorrected.
202.8 yards carry.
I pulled it a little bit, but 202 seems like everything is long. So this might be adjustment that they need to make for the indoor low light mode. 163, so I pulled that a little bit, but you can see that that is, I mean, that's real close. 160 yards or so on my 8-iron is very close. And 202. So I think this gives us a very good idea of the Shot Vision app and kind of its capabilities. I really hope that kind of gives you guys a good gauge. If you were considering buying it, feel free to ask questions down in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you think of the Shot Vision launch monitor app. And if you've tried it outdoors, what you think. Maybe we'll take this one outdoors just to do a quick comparison since we tried it inside. If you're a Flightscope Mevo Plus owner, I'd love to hear what you think about that. And like I said, anything else you want to see, please comment below and let me know. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.